Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Tuesday, December the 1st, the year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Time for the monthly open. And just so you know, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. So, the monthly open. Well, for the week, we still have the pound hasn't filled the gap. Everybody else has filled the gap. Monthly open. Okay, so you can see here's the first day of the month today, and we've already put in a high and we've put in our low, and we'll see if those change. So this is the opening range for the month. Here's the opening range for the week, and as you can see, price had broken through the previous day's high there for about, looks like, 22 pip possibility. So another simple horizontal line trade. And we can see for the month, we're already 28 pips above the open and 58 pips off of the high. And so looking here at the daily chart, you can see once again these wicks. So it broke through but came back the other way. Trading, it came out of that wick zone, out of that wick zone, out of that one, out of that one. And so far, this is the only one it hasn't left from the bottom side. And you can see we're in the lower wick zone here. So once again, as Walmall and I say, sometimes you need to look to the left just to see, get some ideas what's happening. Inside bar from 5 days ago. You can see here the monthly inside bar occurred 2 months ago. Range only one pair over 100. That's the new beast, pound New Zealand. Pivot just above the buy zone, so there was a long bias there. Taking it the second hour, it took out that pivot. Rat zone, very interesting occurrences here. You can see this hour price dipped into the rat zone. Let's see if there was any kind of valid signal there. Actually, right here, the M5, just as it was leaving, it turned green, and that was good for a nice little run. In fact, I picked up some of that. So since I just closed that trade out, I thought I'd make a video. Pivot point, it took out the pivot. The daily, here's the weekly pivot, it took that out. But if I remember correctly, we've got a monthly pivot here at 131.90.4. And you can see there's the monthly pivot here, and the weekly, and the daily. We almost took out this pivot right here from 11.6. No, that's not right. Daily 134. This pivot. We almost took this pivot out. Wick zone, in and out, in and out. You just saw that happen just a couple hours ago. On the monthly ranges, you can see here for the month so far, 90 to 0%. So you know price has to expand based on what it normally does. So that means right now you want to take a break to the high or a break to the low. These are what these numbers tell you. They're pretty much telling you what's going to happen. Once again, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. But, I'm willing to bet that by the end of the month, this number is a lot bigger than 90. So look to for a price to break out of today's range, which is the opening range for the month. And then you could be sitting on maybe 200, 300, 400 or more pips if you take one of those breakouts. We broke out of the previous month's high by 8 pips. We haven't even gotten near the low. High minus close on the range right now 61, close minus lows at 30. Once again, these are pretty low percentiles, meaning there's room for price to move based on statistics. Now, yesterday in my monthly wrap-up video, I hadn't set TROHL5 for the wicks for all the different wick zones for the monthly. So I kind of probably confused a few people. So what I did was I made a template. Okay, it has the dashboard on it. So those of you who donated, you'll use the dashboard. But for those of you who haven't, you can still use the HL5. So here, this is 2 bars for the month. And so what I did was, you can see here, show high and low true, show top and bottom true, and I also show the pivot point. And then what you want to do is you want to shade the wick zone, so that's true. So for here we're doing the month, 1 bar, 1 month ago. And then that will do your monthly zone. Now when the zones overlap, the colors start to change. So you can see here's the lower wick zone for the month, and then the upper wick zone for the month is between the monthly high and monthly candle top, but you can see there's a bunch of overwriting because the week is the same as the month, or the day is the same as the month because this is the first day of the month. So things get a little hectic there. But I think if I switch over here to the dollar yen, you can see the difference. So here's your monthly high, here's your monthly top. Okay, here's your weekly high, here's your weekly top. So you can see where these different ranges are. And here's your daily high from previous day, and here's your daily, where's the daily top? I think the daily top's right here. Here's a daily low, here's a daily bottom. So you can see what price is doing. Now I'll put this back to the pound so I don't get confused down the road. The simple price action chart here. Price opened at 51, hit 50, gave you at least 10 pips or more if you hung out in that trade. Price also crossed the 50, which is a psychological, hit a high of 56.8. So you had a chance to pick up an easy 5 or 6 pips there. And as you can see, price just crossed the psychological again. And so if you're trading the wall mall, you're trading the breakout. If you're trading the psychological, you're trading the crossover. And with the psychological crossovers, you're not necessarily usually waiting for or concerned about the color of H1. You're just trading price action as you see price get to that line. So you can see right here it crossed over, gave a couple pips, came back down, gave even more pips, came back up, came back down. Yeah, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. But you can see here, majority of the time, it looks like you win. And you can see there was some crossing here. Now somebody's going to say, well, where do you put your stop loss? Once again, I can't answer that question for you. You have to answer that question for yourself because you can't lose more than you're willing to lose per trade. Let's just say I'm willing to lose 20 pips and you're only willing to lose 10. Well, me telling you 20 ain't going to help you. You have to figure that out on your own. Maybe, well, if you lose 20 pips, then you can cut your position size in half. But maybe you like trading, one mini lot or one micro lot or one full lot or 10 full lots. I have no idea. So that's why I can't tell you where you want to place your stop. And a lot of people like to ask that question. And I would say the best thing to do is you just have to trade and see what happens. So you can see here, price came back down, barely broke it, didn't give you a chance to collect any money on a short. It's going the opposite way. And unfortunately, because I was making videos, I didn't get an opportunity to buy back in here because I like to buy in that 40 area because price always seems to launch from the 40 at the pound. And then it likes to hesitate somewhere in the 60 area. Walmart and I see that over and over and over again. And so you can see here, price came through that 40 and it just seems to not like it just goes and doesn't even look back a lot of the time. Sometimes it goes from 40 to the 50s and comes back down, comes through and then came back up. In fact, this is somewhere I got long right here. And then I think I punched out somewhere around here before that happened. But you can see there's a 3 ball. So right now, it'll be setting up some more shorts. So for the month, once again, you can consider, the breakout trade. You can consider of the opening day, today's high and low starting tomorrow. Price is definitely going to go outside that range. You can use the simple buy zone, which would be the monthly open, 10 pips plus or minus, because price is going to go outside of that range, especially on a monthly basis. You could also look at the previous month's wick zone and trade those because price likes to leave the wick zone. You can also look at the monthly rat zone because price is going to leave that area too, either from the high or the low. And in fact, a trader was telling me yesterday that I'd have a lot more viewers if I stuck to one method. Well, the funny thing is that I've been doing this online since what, 2001 or something. So we're talking almost 2 full decades. 21, almost 20 years of online, if I remember correctly. I think I got started on online 2001. Now I've been trading, offline since the 77, if I remember correctly. Um, Point being is that these methods are all horizontal line breaks. It's just where we place the horizontal lines, whether it can be the wall mall lines, these two, any sweet spot line. So these are all methods, and they're all based on statistics. But it's the same simple thing, and you just have to find one that works for you. And whether or not I did nothing but the buy zone for the past 20 years, I mean, yeah, I still do the buy zone, but I don't think that's going to be the difference between thousands of people, watching my videos or not. But who knows? I could be wrong. Let me know what you think. Anyway, that's it for the monthly open. I hope you have a profitable month. And just always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.